start streaming. And we are live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Mutant Epoch. Let's run the intro. Welcome back, everybody, on, what is this, the 16th of April. It's good to be here. Last session, we got out of High Rise, we crossed the Silt Sea, we met some interesting individuals that seem to be some pseudo-descended faction from the Hydraulic Knights. Some questions about what they are and where their allegiances lie. They seem to be mercenaries that are working for hire, but it doesn't also have any malice. They're doing a fairly important job. They're looking at Tetanus. Okay, who blanked out Tetanus Valley? I haven't say Anus Valley. No takers. No takers.
What?
Okay, it was you.
No, I legitimately don't know.
It's a old thing that we used to do with all of the stuff is rewrite all of the words. Like that was the first campaign. All the names got changed because just drawing on it. Not all of us are here right now, but Ara will probably be joining us a little bit, and we've got Rune also coming in probably in a few more minutes. So that leaves us with Apocalypse Bliss, Faulty Edens, Mamoru.
Why you say it like that?
just leaves us with fucking these people.
These fucking weirdos.
Because Ara's got my favorite gun.
This leaves us with these.
I was gonna say that sounds like a whole.
And one bullet left, I think.
Yeah, right. He's only got the one shot left.
One shot left. Well,
You can make more out of scrap electronics, though. It's gotta take time to do it.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
Take time.
I am one a day. All right. Anybody remember anything else? Actually, we'll start with you, Apocalypse. Would you want to add anything to that from the previous session?
No, my mind is blank. Sorry.
Fine. How about you, Faulty?
Just anything that we missed.
Yeah, if I missed anything from last week, I was trying to cover the base.
Well, I think you did pretty good. I don't think you,
thank you.
missed anything.
If anyone else got anything, Beans, Pat.
Nope.
All
I
right.
mean, yeah. We basically left High Rise, ran into some equivalent of Boy Scout version or Cub Scout version of the Hydraulic Knights.
Yeah.
And we managed to get them back, even though most of them were dying. Now we're in Greywater.
It was one.
Ended with us entering the gates.
Yeah, cool. Let me get this
Oh, we
out.
found a truck.
And then as we enter, Macho Man Randy Savage greets us.
Ooh, yeah! That's how we're stuck.
Oh, you don't know, because the cream rises to the top.
You're too young to know Macho Man Randy Savage references, but I'm so happy that that's what you started with. You led with that. Freaking amazing. What's up, Ara?
Not much, not much.
Back.
Rhonda came back.
All right.
You have extra goodies.
Yeah, I was lamenting the fact that the man with my favorite gun wasn't here yet. I was like,
I mean, I got 2 Kickstart Mountain Dews, and I got sushi in the fridge.
Oh, you got the good sushi?
Oh yeah, I got the good sushi. I'll even take pictures of it before I start eating it.
Yeah, thanks. I
And
was looking at
also,
this.
I got Pop
Yes,
Daddy
thank you.
pretzels.
Okay, I'm off track just a minute. I was looking at the sushi at my grocery store today. I was going like, not the sushi that Ara gets. This is garbage. All right.
It's not that good.
Oh, God. Coming up to the gates of Greywater, you have what we were describing last time is a growing wall that's being built along with guard towers and men in position armed. You have somebody who is actually on a spotter who is up at the gate and who has pointed it at you. It's not a weapon. It's literally just the spotlight. It's not even on. It's just someone's being attentive and swinging their this item into position. You have a large half Garnock that was at the gate, and along with a few other like mild mutants who have invited you into the city. No one's like taken any of your gear or equipment. They just kind of looked over what you had and like where you're going to, where you're going, like where you came from, where you're going to, just basic business. And you come into the thronging street center of Greywater. Now there's a lot of cover in the city. Everywhere you go is underneath some kind of shade, so that this way you can get immediately out of that just brutal sunlight. You could also see from your area that there is large concrete structures with downward stairwells into a sub-city where, again, protection from the environment. There seems to be some kind of HVAC system. You can hear it from where you're at, where it's blowing heavy air across the surface and ostensibly to keep moisture in and sand out, along with guards that are positioned at those different locations. There does appear to be power in the city. You could see pretty thick cable lines running from building to building, offset with some kind of ceramic structure that keeps them isolated and static free. You can see that there's vendors out in the street that are peddling all kinds of wares, whether it be robotic assembly systems, raw electronics, cybernetics, weapon systems, and just arts and crafts, also along with just luxury goods, jewelry, ornaments, clothing. It seems like a very vibrant and thriving area, especially this center street that runs right through Greywater. It's the old caravan road that comes through. Caravans no longer pass through this route. They're actually positioned in another walled section of the city off towards the northern side, where it's easier to defend because that's where all the goods are. And those things are, you can see just from caravans that are moving off in that direction, that there are a larger military presence in that area. It seems to be more checks that go on, like goods are looked over and money is being exchanged. So there's probably some kind of tax or tariff that's in place in order to like control markets. And as far as goods going back and forth, or just, you know, being able to stay in the walls, because none of this is free, cheap. You could also see amongst the population, a lot of people are dressed up in vibrant colors with face paints, horns, masks, words scrawled across their chests that are declaring, you know, different factions or people. It's very much like you're going into a area where there's some kind of large festival or event, and they're all just representing different teams. Some of them are striped patterns, some of them have different kind of like geometric designs. There's a large group of people, though, beast humans, that are nearby, and they're dressed all in black with spikes, skull face paint masks, which is a little interesting when you see some of the feathered ones, like half like duck men, and like you have a large rooster man who's sitting there with like the skull face paint on his beak and across his comb, and he's got his hands up, and they look like they're antagonizing a group of people that are calling themselves, according to the words across their chests, the Green Goblins. And they're in green and yellow, and a lot of them have their faces painted up, or they're wearing like a strange like headband that gives them almost like the Shrek antenna or his ears. I don't know what those are in Shrek's head. And they're and they just kind of like booing and hissing and just being rude to one another. The guards themselves don't seem to give it any mind because no blows have been traded, but the majority of people that are also watching are kind of egging them on. They're like, come on, go out there and hit him in the face. God, kick him in the nuts. Do something. You a whole ass bitch. You won't do nothing. And that's kind of where it's escalating right now. You could avoid this, or you could just kind of mosey your own way right through it and be like, yeah, whatever.
I ain't got time for this. Get the fuck out of my way.
Run and just waddle through it. As he walks by people, he like stops and like looks left and looks right at them and then just keeps walking.
Yeah. Brian's just fucking giving everybody the bird, double bird.
The double bird, the bird is the bird. Get people getting in your way and you just kind of like push them aside. Like, get out of my way. You stop walking here.
Don't make me put my stilts on.
Prithee, mayhap it would be best if thou and thy kind would mayhap move this off the current gentry. You're blocking traffic.
Okay, so Duke, describe to us what he's wearing.
What Duke's wearing?
Yes.
Duke's wearing what looks like kind of like cloaks and rags over top of combat armor. Like well-to-do, well-maintained armor, but he looks more or less like the equivalent of like a wasteland drifter. He has a well-worn brown leather eye patch over his one eye, and heavy metal like gauntlets. Otherwise, nothing notable except for a small portion of his left leg, or his mechanical leg. Actually, is.
So, which side are you approaching? Are you talking to the Green Goblins, or are you talking to the guys in all in black?
Probably the ones in black.
Okay, so when you come up to one of them, he's a large man, looks to be a cyborg of some kind, very crude cybernetics across one half of his body, and he's got this one beat up shirt, and he's got the iron gray skull on his chest with the lance. You recognize that lance. It's not a 1-for-1, but that's the Black Knight's weapon. And they're all just like cheering, like they're screaming back and forth. That's when you're starting to hear what they're saying is they're calling out on the Black Knight. Like the Black Knight, like he's gonna put the Green Goblin down. He's got nothing. The Goblin's a little bitch. Black Knight's gonna rip him in half. He's gonna cut him with the Godfinger. You don't know what the Godfinger is. It's something.
Duke's eyes will go from relatively happy-go-lucky to narrow.
So in the just off to the side, you can see that there's a large holographic projection screen, and you can see in there is a massive arena, and it's an advertisement. Someone's selling some kind of locally produced like drink, and it's being funded like, come on down to the arena this evening. We're going to have a bloodiest of blood sports. And it shows like two different people on either side. And one of them is clearly like if somebody took the Black Knight of your memory, the man who raised you up to become a squire and potentially a knight someday, if they made a cartoon version of him with like larger spikes, darker armor, none of it's really that functional, but he still has that weapon, that lance that he used when he was on when he was riding his motorcycle through the deserts. That energy projectile weapon that was also just could erupt with a beam of energy down one side, like a scythe that cut through the toughest armors, the hardiest opponents. And you see the green, almost like, again, holographic beam of it. And when he snaps it, he turns in this like backwards, like arms across the chest pose. And a red hard light projection of a scarf is drifting off the distance. It is a recaptured image of the Black Knight that arises in your mind. The Green Goblin is a monstrous mutant individual. Again, completely green skin, really twisted, odd looking face. You can probably describe this person as having maybe a Skullock ancestor. He seems, his muscles are massive, his body's huge, and he seems to wield just a huge cudgel in one hand. That just has a bunch of hardened steel spikes on the outside edge of it. None of them cleaned, all rusted and covered in blood and bits of bone and brain. And he's just slamming it on the ground, jumping up and down, and from a scene they captured from some other fight where he's just completely pulped another individual in the arena. And they're advertising that fight for this evening.
I'm going to Duke will excuse himself from the group and begin walking towards the ticket counter.
Like, I need to find a ticket counter. Dude, Duke, did you want to ask anybody? Like, hey, where can I get a ticket?
Sure, I'll grab the larger man. You. Where might I receive a ticket?
You want a ticket to see the Black Knight fight the Green Goblin, bitch? And he points to this huge structure that you can see down the road. It's a circular concrete construction. He's like, right there, buddy. You can get yourselves up on the north seats. That's where the black hole's gonna be.
Duke looks to it, narrows his eyes again as he looks to the other man. Thank thee.
He like pats you on the shoulder. Good to see another one for the Black Knight. He gives you like 2 hearty strikes on the back.
Mm.
And you get like
Looking again at that friggin' monitor.
Yeah, you're getting jeered. It's just gone on to another advertisement. Something like something about
just something
specials. Yeah, just random advertisements that are going on, projected commercials. The rest of you guys, you see this kind of like this is the area you're at. Do you have any like interest, curiosities you want to pass through? I mean, Ara was just kind of not Ara, sorry. Rhea was like, get the fuck out of my way, kick.
I got a mission. I got an asshole to find.
I mean, Argo is currently just examining what he can, see what kind of tech he can look at. I don't know. He's bored out of his mind. Like, looking at stupid men fight for, like, stupid reasons. Like,
Yeah.
glory and bullshit? Nah. Money all the way.
So for Argo, there's a lot of tech just on display. Holographic projectors that requires a lot of energy. It requires precision. It requires optics. It requires light emitters, and also it requires a resolution, which needs a lot of wattage in order to project during daylight. And so that is a lot of tech went into that to get that running. It's in an environment like this, it's a waste of resources almost how much of it is. But I mean, you got a lot of sunlight, so if you have solar collection of some kind, you have a lot of energy. It also speaks that there might be other energy sources, and just the sheer amount of technology also indicates that they're either producing some of this here or they're getting it from someplace else. Since it's Caravan Town, I mean, it's likely probably coming from everywhere. Ruined dig sites, 86 Unity, somewhere up in Lost Soul, maybe stuff that's coming down from Rabbit Hole and the Underwarrens. Who knows? But it's everywhere. You can also see a lot of the humanoids are heavily modified. You really don't see a pure stock human. Almost none.
Damn, I knew it was weird. I knew I should have bought the Subnex when I could have beforehand. Damn it.
Found that out now?
You think I haven't noticed?
No.
Time to fix it.
Oh, that's my plan. How else do you think I've been saving up so much money?
Not bad. Cinder, you do have a in your ear. This is something only audible to you because of your
Sure.
unique heritage. There is a slight interference that most people would have just written off as just that white noise static, but it is a signal code. There is a relay beacon in the area, like you were told there should be.
Right.
You should be able to triangulate its position and find out wherever this safe house is.
We'll work on that.
Yeah, the moment you crossed the wall and you got inside of it, it started to ping off, which indicates that there's something stopping signals from getting out. Or it's just like it's been ranged really well.
Okay.
Iliad.
Hi.
Okay, hi. Last time you were in Greywater, it was a formidable little fortress caravan town, but it wasn't this. Your foggy memories of this area are like this is a lot of construction. This is a lot of population. It is more than quadrupled in size and capacity. This is organized. Like, this is a standing military for the most part. Probably not with force projection, but enough to defend this at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the guards are well armed. They're disciplined. They make up many different races. You're not seeing any kind of like uniform, just humans, just mutants. None of that bullshit. It's like all types. Hell, the gate guard was a half Garnock.
Right. Yeah.
And so that indicates somebody of a strong will presence is able to like weld this all together. You don't really remember that being the case, 20. I mean, yeah, Buchanan, which is the leader of the settlement, was, wily, wise, capable, but he was kind of a small time like caravan / military leader. He wasn't this. And just a quick look at one of the scanners, that's still Buchanan in charge. He's up on the grand screen. He's sitting there like waving to the audiences, talking like just advertising, like drink this, whatever it is. Drink Fizzy Pop. Fizzy Pop's the best. I have it every morning. Gives me the good poops.
It will not melt the lining of your stomach.
Yeah, it will not melt it. Yeah.
I'm Buchanan, and this is my favorite shop in all of Greywater.
Jittering.
Insert him with another shop. Same phrase.
It is jittering.
Wait, we're not supposed to drink that.
It makes you shake violently. It gives you a couple disclaimers, and any violent shaking is not the problem. Was not caused by Fizzy Pop, whatever. I don't know. We'll have to come up with an actual name for this drink because now I'm invested. It exists in this
It's like a
world now.
Subway juice. This is like 500 grams of sugar
Subway
and like
juice.
10 shots of caffeine or something.
Is this a real thing, Subway juice? Because if not, that's what it's called now.
I don't know what the actual name of it is, but they had to take it off their menu or something because it was killing people.
Oh,
Shit, yeah.
What, Jolt?
Jolt.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Jolt. Yeah, I remember Jolt.
Yeah, you can find Jolt someplace. But
Gas
yeah,
stations.
it's borderline a weapon of war now.
Yeah, yeah.
Subway juice.
You're bringing me back to having Rippets.
Mm-hmm.
so I googled it quick, and I didn't find anything about that, but I did find Urban Dictionary. It's just Subway juices when water drips in the station, falls on the windows of the train, so you think it's raining outside, but it's really just gross water from the station.
I like it. No, it's Subway juice.
Yeah,
Combination of that and leaked battery or leaked power cells.
yeah.
That's what gives it the kick.
It's got
like it.
electrolytes.
and a pinch of salt.
They have a competitor called
For conductivity.
Hold on. They got the competitor's called what?
Crossfade. Like it comes from the crossroads, so they
Crossfade.
Oh yeah, that's good. There you go.
I like
Doesn't
that.
have as big of a following out here, but you know.
Crossfade and Subway Juice, the two competing soda brands inside Greywater. They're tearing the city apart. Oh, God, we're gonna have the logo. It's like it's
fights
it
in the
tastes-
street.
it tastes faintly of Mountain Dew, but like flat Mountain Dew.
they sprinkled in a little bit of kickerberry. That's what gives it its kick.
yeah, yeah.
And just a pinch of salt.
Yeah, for electrolytes.
Uh,
It helps. It helps conductivity. So it wires right into your brain.
God. Okay, so this is the thing now. We have crossfade. They just fade out and have a good time. It's like mildly alcoholic. Now we have Subway
exactly.
Juice, the kick in the pants. It's literally got like a little bit of kickerberry in it. You might have a heart attack if you have it, but you know, whatever.
Hits you like a train.
Later.
Yeah.
You're either gonna have a heart attack or you're gonna shit yourself.
Subway
mind
Juice. It
immediately
hits
went
like
to
a
that,
train.
One in 1 million may potentially show symptoms of mutation.
I was like, what the fuck's a train?
Yeah, I imagined it was like the Four Loco of the crossroads.
Four Loko. Haven't heard Four Loko. in
Side
so long.
effects may include jitteriness, insomnia, addiction to kickerberries, explosive diarrhea, implosive diarrhea.
What's that last
Death.
one?
20 times death.
Shit.
Immortality. Godlike delusions.
Jeez.
I already approve. Got it. Get the entire team addicted to it. They will follow my orders.
Delusions of grandeur.
Perfect.
Argo's already bought a bunch of it. He's sitting there doing advertisements for it right now. Like, you're an attractive man. Come here.
It's FDA approved. What is
Very
that?
ambitious.
For real does all right.
I mean, Tim, I got money.
You do.
I
You,
could do advertisements
you
and
just
take money.
start investing. Argo's investment portfolio. Okay.
This madness of us is canon in Iliad's head.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, no, this is happening. All right. Okay, so those juice brands are the war of Greywater between which one is going to come out on top.
Yeah.
Well, looking around though, let's go with Faulty. What is what are your characters doing right now? What is Roos sitting here like? Huh?
I heard about this crossfade. I might get me a bottle. No.
They're selling it in a vendor stand nearby. It's like crossfade, get faded. Like somebody wearing Ray-Bans with like the pink Ray-Bans. He's just like laying back in a chair, not even trying to stand up when he's doing. He's like, "Yo, man, it's a crossfade." 2 silver.
How much silver?
2, baby, 2. Put them right here in this hand. Oh, no.
Oh hell, you know what? I'll go for that.
So for 2 silver, he has this little machine, pops out a glass bottle with a metal cap on it. He just like on the edge of like a little plastic table, he just pops it right off and it goes. You hear that tink and the fly and the fizz of it. Here you go, man. Get faded.
A happy little man comes in the corner of your vision and says, "1 bottle cap added."
Am I still in the same universe?
Don't worry about it. Just go with it. Go with the flow. Get faded.
If you drink too many, you start seeing them everywhere.
Hold on, if you get that crossfade.
And take a type A hazard check against endurance. I don't know.
I'll do that.
Oh, okay, here you go.
And Bruce is fine. Not poisoned by crossfade.
It's fine, but feeling a little faded.
It wasn't used with the bad water.
What's the use of the bad water?
Don't talk shit about Subway juice.
Hey, Roos, I found this Subway juice. It actually tastes okay.
How dare you call crossfade Subway juice? You have the guy who sells Subway juices right next over there. Like, you want the real stuff? It's right here. To hell with that shit from Crosswater down by the ocean. They put salt in their water because it's salt water. We got the pure water here, straight dripped from the top of the ceilings dropped from the top of the ceilings of gray water. That's how you know it's filtered good. Went through 6 feet of concrete. I mean, that could probably be a selling point.
That makes sense.
Yeah, right? It's
All I got out
purified.
of that was 6 feet of concrete.
It's calcium fortified too.
You can taste the history.
With a hint of lime.
Just a hint.
Yeah.
That's the one with the kicker berry added into it, so you're gonna feel like a little bit of roid rage. You get 1+ to your strength, so you know. And we'll say a double chain. You have to roll 1 twice on a D100 in order to have the heart attack from it.
Oh shit.
It's like having 3 of the BFC monster cans like every day for like a year. You will have heart issues.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
My buddy in the Navy would have said that's rookie numbers.
Numbers.
Yeah. All right. He's dead now, so it's there we go.
No, but he passes kidney stones every month or so.
Knew a guy who had so many kidney stones, every time he took a piss, sounded like he was laying gravel.
There you go.
No,
no.
I've had a stone. God, this
kidneys
good.
okay?
This turned into misery. No, they are stone. They're crystallized.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a horror. You know what, you psychopaths. Argo, what do you got going on? What is Whiskey Tango looking at?
Whiskey is looking at anything to improve himself because he has weak little arms, apparently, and he does not want that anymore. He wants to have big, bulky arms that can crush things into a pulp. Or shove his chainsaws in better.
So
If it's not enough blood.
So he'd be interested as you're like moving along through the town. There is like a bunch of robots. They have a big old painted 86 on the side of the building. They're like, "Hey, you over there, dinky arms, why don't you come in here and get some gains?" It's just got like huge ass gorilla arms. He's just holding them up like the big, beautiful chromed bestial arms. Like, what's
Please.
up? You like these?
Please tell me his voice is automated to Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, I can't even do the Macho Man voice. You're gonna have to do it for me, Faulty.
Oh
Do it.
no,
Oh my god, yes.
I'm too feminine. I can't.
You want to get some beefy cane arms? You gotta get some of this.
Yeah. Yes. This is a good stream now.
Oh, look at you, scrawny little toothpick arms. I see you admiring.
Just
He's like
kiss.
flexing while he's doing this.
Just kiss them. Yeah, it's like robot flexing. It's like, why are you flexing? You're a robot. You can
can't
still
not
see
flex.
you can still see bulging like synthetic muscles that are there in order to make it look like they can bulge. So again, it's just impressive when you're staring at these huge robot muscles.
Flexes, leans up the bicep right up to the mouthpiece, even though there's no actual mouth. Just sends a little spark. Bzz. Oh yeah.
That is Whiskey's response.
They are speaking in like code, so like the humans around just hear burp, burp.
Do I have to go into the translator and put this in there?
Yes.
All right, fine. I will. Just because it's funnier that way. Oh god.
How is supposed to say in character?
I agree with you. The binary translator, free binary translator from Bing.
I just use round table,
Oh, wait,
rapid tables.
Argo, does Whiskey for his robot designation? Does he have is he the male or is it?
It's male.
All right, cool.
It's a toaster.
Okay.
Whiskey
Ooh,
is a
yes,
male
I
they.
like these. Why do you like these big muscles? I can't do the Roger man. Let's go. Pat, help me out.
Oh, you want a piece of these muscles? Starts doing the Mr. Universe flex where like both palms are together and just squishing them together like, yeah. You want to be able to crush meatbag heads in between your biceps?
Whiskey Tango, yes. Yeah,
Why don't
Whiskey
you
just-
come on inside? We can talk out a financing plan.
Argo is shortly coming after Whiskey. Is just trying to figure out where the fuck he went, and then finds him with the other robots. Like, oh, why interesting. Hello, gentlemen, or gentle things, whatever you like to call yourselves. And yes, Argo immediately understands.
So this is the 80. This is a representatives of 86. They're just here to make other robots better. They have a little sales pitch they give you. It's like, we're here for the betterment of all robot kind. And you need free upgrades. You need your tech looked at. You need a virus scan. That stuff is free. Service on basic you get your Jiffy Lube oil maintenance check done for free when you come into the 86 lab and they look you over. Make sure nothing's awry. If you want some upgrades, we do them at cost. Everything's donated from 86. We do the installations here. It's clean and nice. You just, why don't you sign up for our newsletter?
Whiskey is interested in some new arms.
Oh, and they got
I'm
arms.
curious how expensive these arms would cost him.
So looking at a selection of different arms of different values. So this is strictly out of the book too. They have strength values that these ones. What is the strength value Whiskey's trying to get? He's trying to get high strength value, medium strength value, or human-like strength value. Human being 30s.
Currently, he is about human strength. He only has a 37, so he
he's
wants
human
more. He wants at least medium.
He wants medium. So he wants in the 50s, 60s. Right,
Yes,
so
at the middle.
So we got 50, 60s that are available. They're on the rack. Yeah, they got some good size to them, but there's also some aesthetic changes he can do. When he actually flexes them, they can bulge. They have nice silver bands all around them, so it almost looks like an organic but metal covered arm. Or you can go strictly robot, old school with pistons and gears and all sorts of stuff moving on the outside of it, cased around with shelled armor. You got things that are purely what's the word here? The aesthetic is very, very light. It's just a couple servos, gripping arm. Nothing really not too many moving parts, so things couldn't get in the way. You got high power, low power. You got stuff that glows with laser lights and RGB bullshit, you're trying to make an impressive looking computer. He can glitz and glam himself up.
Knowing Whiskey, he would love it. We'll also be covered in gore.
He
I
wants
can
it.
see it now. Covered in fucking RGBs, while covered in gore.
So
I don't think you can get anything more than a murder machine like that.
Whiskey points to the RGB ones. I want that one. I want the Razorback ones.
Oh god. How much are these going to be? Like, he's trying to figure out how much these are costing.
This is gonna be $2,000 in silver to get these arms. They're like, brother, we can get you hooked up. We can do it right now. All we gotta do is drop those skinny little things you got on there. You know what, brother? We'll do a trade-in value. You trade in your old arms, we'll drop that down to $1,200.
Whiskey approves.
Whiskey approves. Yeah.
And then quickly gives him like 5 minutes. So he can quickly run to Argo to go grab his money from him. Because Argo is the one with all the money, because Argo knows how to trust Whiskey with money. Right? He knows what happened last time.
RGB from head to toe. Just glowing.
This is why Whiskey's gonna grab his fucking money from Argo. Plus an extra 200.
It goes up to the bank. Hey, bank, give me my cash.
Well then, that's gonna be basically entirely of Whiskey's money, but it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, so what I want you to do is you have a base of 50, roll me a d20.
20. 11.
Right, 61 strength. That's what those arms have.
Perfect.
Goodness gracious.
So he's looking at a pretty good solid strength, about 2 times what a typical human would have. And it's they work fairly well. Each of them takes a single full battery cell to operate. Now the run times on these aren't as great as normal operating arms. They've got a month of operating time before the battery's gonna be switched out. You guys don't have too many battery issues, so that's okay. Other downside, not well armored. They're not gonna take your DV down, but if somebody targets them, they only have a DV of 12.
Okay. Guess I'll just need to have Argo armor them up eventually.
Yeah, and again, you could put armor over them. That's gonna be, that armor will be the thing that takes the hit instead of the arms. So any kind of body armor will do that. And not to mention, most people are taking generalized shots. They're not taking body specific shots. It's just slightly thinner armor. It's not like it's not combat armor. It's aesthetic armor.
Yeah. But yeah, Whiskey will do that.
Yeah. Good lift capacity, good range of motion, and you've got some good lifting arms now. Again, easy bolt in, bolt off for you. Not a whole lot of complexity going on there. They match them up. They get the program running that they've washed through your system, and they have to do a free virus check on you and run through your systems. Argo hasn't come in. Whiskey Tango hasn't come into contact with any hostile robotics, so he's clean. There's nothing hidden or weird inside his system. They give you a little tune-up. You get, little oil up on all the servos, and you're feeling squeaky clean and, good range of motion.
And now a little bit stronger.
And a little bit stronger. You can actually, get a couple swings in there. So that's going to be like a plus 61, so I think it's like a plus 6. Yeah, I think it's like a plus 6 for strength damage. We'd have to look at the charts. It's in there somewhere. All right.
61 straight.
Anybody else?
Plus 6.
We got Ronan, who's just kind of doing his pumpkin roll around.
Yep. Ronan's just been wandering around when Roos wasn't paying attention. He stuck one vine into his drink so that he could drink some. And then stuck another vine into sewer water.
Sewer water.
Subway
water, that's what we were calling it.
Subway I like
Subway
sewer
juice.
Water. That's
the third brand. It's the off brand. Yeah, that's what is it? A derivative of Subway juice, sewer water. Yeah. It's their second brand. It's it's the cherry.
Exactly. Yeah. Stop.
What did it say it again?
Sewer squeeze.
Sewer squeeze. It's like lemon.
That's something.
You think that's lemon floating in there?
Yeah, sewer squeeze.
Bottle lemon.
Yellow.
A lemon was next to it at one point.
It's
Do you like lemon snow cones?
Well, I don't know. They're lemon. It's lemon adjacent. There's acid. It's citric-y. Possibly. It's like a Sprite. It's like, yeah, this is lemony, maybe? I don't, what is this? Lime? I have no idea.
Persimmon.
It burns. Persimmon. Oh, Astringent.
That's all Ronan's doing is effectively stealing drinks.
Just like, keep getting whacked at by other people who are like, no, stop it! Stop stealing our drinks! Stop touching my drinks! Weird ass plantoid. Okay. Beans, what do you got for Mira and Rhea? She's got this crab who's also walking around. I don't know if she's looking at all the robotics that are for sale. Other robots are literally acknowledging her. Like, hey, what's up, robot brother, sister?
People are paying attention to me. Yay.
Finally.
Some respect.
Yeah, you're not just like, oh, is that like a garbage robot? Does it like clean up trash?
I'm not just a power cell for people.
No, that's the cow. She's moved on from that.
Oh, yeah.
You just don't even remember.
That's how low on the fucking ladder she is. Mira's like, I'm a crab. Other robots have addressed her like several times already. Just sending out bursts of machine code, acknowledging her, like, hi, good morning, how are you doing today? Hello there. Yes, good sir. Hello, Libby. And you can send a handshake back. It's literally just you sharing, bit information, trading a couple packets back and forth to identify one another. It's literally the robot equivalent of just like a pleasantry.
Right. Yeah, she'll respond with pleasantries and stuff. We'll kind of like shop it around. Looking for maybe like arms.
Oh yeah, there's arms.
No, not like roided out arms, but maybe more like utility arms or something.
Yep, definitely a lot of utility arms. Do you want to hit the 86 vendor, or are you going something a little bit offbeat? You want to join the Robot Brotherhood?
The Robot Brotherhood.
Do you want to sign the pamphlet and like join the email list? Get random
give out your email address.
Just get random downloads whenever the satellite goes across.
No, we'll stick to the mainstream market. Why not?
Okay.
We get a warranty.
So a lot of the mainstream market is what are items that were brought in from the desert, like hacked off of other robots. It's kind of like a charnel house that you're walking into, and if you're a person, you're really like, "Hey, you want a new arm? I got a brand new fucking back. You can sew it right to your back. It's gonna be great, perfect. Works still cold. We kept it on ice. It's beautiful. It's just robots who were torn apart out in the desert. Probably they say they're clean. You don't have the restrictions you had in High Rise.
Yeah, that is technically Mira's jam. So.
Oh, you're just the modding.
Yeah. Well, dealing with scrap robots.
Yeah. So you got a couple scrappers who are there, humanoids. One's a Mutorg, and he's got a big old cybernetic arm with a bunch of tools on it, and a huge, one side of his face is just covered in different kinds of optical sensors, and he's looking down at Mira, like, what can I do for you, little robot buddy?
Show me your arms.
Oh, you want to see? He literally goes up from the table and drops something on from it. It's just this huge looking Gatling gun. He's like, got this from a guy called Bud? I don't know. He was huge though. He was selling this old piece. He was selling this old scrapper. So he mistook arms as guns.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This is acceptable.
This is acceptable. He's like, oh, I couldn't let it go for more than, I don't know, 2,800. Got sentimental value. Is that the Battle of Liberty? No, wait a minute. Spit something. Road spit. Side spit. It'll come to me. Wait, it was at that battle. Killed a lot of innocent people. The Skullocks. Sorry, Skullocks. Innocent Skullocks.
They were never innocent.
Yeah. Exactly. I will give you 2,500.
25.
For a range test.
A range test? Oh, buddy. I got a basement we can go down to and check out all the bells and features. Come on down. It literally has like a doorway that goes down to a basement area where he has a small range that's set up with armor plast walls and just some sandbags in the back just so they don't like chip all the concrete all over the place. He sets you, several yards away from it and a little pop-up on the opposite side. And the pop-up seems to be a torn apart robot that's just kind of like hanging out there, and it's still kind of feebly moving. It's like, please don't kill me. He's like, no, don't worry about that. Just blow it to smithereens.
He puts a tarp
Yeah.
They
on
can't
it.
feel a thing.
Close your receptors. Turn off your visual receptors.
Just blinks at the.
Think in prime numbers.
1, 3, 7,
Go on.
13.
Continue.
Put him into his misery. You can't count that high.
You just unload.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. I'm just making it count prime numbers. I'm making it wait for its death. Just
Yeah, there is
opens
no
up.
hesitation on her part.
You feel this wet when it opens up. You can feel the recoil just starts to drag you backwards of just one little claw on the concrete ground at a time as you just feel the weight and power of this gun just empty into the target on the opposite end of the range. Completely slags it against the wall. And this Mutorg is standing there. He's just got this long cigarette, and he's just like, I love that smell. So, how you like it?
Like is not the right word.
Gives you a little robo boner, doesn't it?
Shit. Antennas have full attention.
All right. You want that thing hardwired onto that other arm there where that scatter gun is? You want to keep this thing separate, like as a back mount.
Good question. Replace the arm.
All right, that's easy enough. We're gonna have to put in. He goes into like what he's gonna have to like to mix up to make it so this can go in correctly. He also describes to you the downside of this is you're gonna need the ammunition for it. He can sell you ammo that comes separate. He's gonna give you a complimentary 100 rounds. Now he says that he doesn't quite trust the stuff that comes from Unity. This stuff is cased ammunition down from Overpass. He has a lot more trust in that. The stuff from Unity is kind of weird, doesn't really understand it's caseless. It's this weird kind of synthetic ammunition where the shells kind of disintegrate on contact, which means you can't recase them, so you constantly get trapped in a buying cycle from Unity. If you want to replace your ammunition, you can never repack it. It's some kind of...
It's also more convenient for him because they're more expensive.
Yeah. So he's just like...
anyways.
Yeah, he's like, with these ones, at the very least, you can come back to me, collect the shells, we'll repack them. He says, I'll even put in a capture hopper on the opposite side so the shells are retrieved. You don't have to go digging through the sand, finding the damn things with a magnet.
Oh, handy.
He's like,
Can't
oh,
wait
I
for
am
the
super
minigun.
handy.
Yeah.
So on the side of the minigun, there is etched into it, deeply engraved, it just says, thud.
Well, I wonder where that came from. I hope the previous owner is okay.
Probably. Upgraded by now.
Probably.
Yeah.
Easy.
Gatling rocket launcher, probably. Mass reactive bolter. Who knows?
Yeah, that scatter gun's kind of useless.
I mean, it
So
has
there's
its...
yeah, it's kind of. I mean, if you've got the fire rate up on it, but there's a small issue here.
range.
Mirror does not have enough to afford this.
Oh no, he's like, that's not great.
Oh, however, she does not mention this.
All right, we could
Because
trade.
he's like, huh?
He's like, yeah, he. Okay, she doesn't mention it. So what does she do?
Well, it seemed like he was about ready to attach it without getting payment up front.
I mean, he could just take your whole robo butt back into the back room. if you're like, haha, I have the gun now. Runs away.
Oh, no. Not the back.
No, I mean that'd be a lot of work to put the arm on and have to take it off, So maybe we can come kind of negotiation. The point of sale, hustle. What do they call that? The barter.
So you get up to that point, and he's like starting to open you up, and he starts talking about payment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, so you pay in hard silver or local currency?
Do you accept credit?
He's like sitting there. He's got like a screw like halfway fastened down. Like, what kind of credit? What do you got for collateral?
High rise credit.
Nuts. Yeah, I take high rise. They're good for trade. Fastens down another screw, and he's looking at some of your wiring going in there. He's like, yeah, you're a wild robot. How'd you get in this thing?
I've always been here.
No, you haven't. As he taps on one of your the interior of your arm. See, this, he's like looking at one of the welds. Like, this right here, this is done by a robotic weld torch. That wasn't done by a human hand. Not off the assembly line either. You got too many different kinds of metal types inside you. You were scrap rebuilt.
Of course. So it does not mean I have always not been in here.
Fair enough. Didn't mean to pry. Just kind of interested in any new robots to come my way, where their make and markers are. Yeah, you got a lot of stuff that's pre-war, and then you got a few of you who are, some of the 86ers coming up here, all kind of like, I don't know really what to call them. New life, I suppose. I mean, they're making new robots down there. And
That's not the only thing they're making down there.
Nah, they make guns, some good ones too. As he's like starting to get you all wired up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's got you finally wired. He's starting to fix your chassis back together. He's like, all right, let me see that credit stick.
That will have to wait. I do not currently have the funds on me, but that can be wired to you.
No. See, you got no ammo in that thing yet, so you're gonna have to cough up something. He's like, as he holds up, he's like points to your other arm with the scatter gun. Scatter gun over here can count as some collateral, but not all of it.
Mirror's got her 1,000 silver. She'll put that up as a advance pay.
He is okay with that. He's got the scatter gun. He's got the 1,000. He's actually got more than, because the scatter gun's worth quite a bit, and it's in great condition. So that's actually satisfactory. Like, all right, that's good. And he seals it. He's like, all right, I'll take your ident. You take mine, and we'll agree to a contract, and I'll get one of the bots to scan it in.
Okay. Can she spoof her an identity?
Yes.
What would we roll for that?
Hack check.
Hack check.
Yep.
All right, let's Google. Fucking god damn it. I don't think that talk about like an intelligence check or
It's the actual hacking percentage chance inside the skill for computers.
okay, so
Yeah.
just roll a d100.
Yeah, it's just a flat D100.
Okay. That's much better. I'll take that one.
That'll do it. Yeah, but bunny hack. You're like, no, it's not a bunny hack. It's just
It's
a
not
flat
an
D100.
attack.
Doesn't have any
I attack your
modifiers.
credit score directly.
The 300.
Oh no, my credit score.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to get that car.
Bad.
FICO said no.
Said no. So he gets a bot to come in, and you recognize immediately the bot's an 86er. He's got an 86 literally on his front, and he seems to be a notary for the town. And he takes your ident with a scan, and he takes the other robots as a vendor, takes his ident, and he registers it with the town. So when you leave, that ID is registered as owing a debt, and you won't be able to unless you got collateral up, which you do. Trades are honored and respected in Greywater, and they have to be maintained. That's a kind of very strict minimum law and order here. And when you leave, you can see that now that you're actually kind of looking around, paying attention, that's been done to you, a lot of transactions are being done with these kind of little scanners. They're either taking a DNA reading, they're taking an optical read off of the eyeball. If somebody has an eyeball that's biological because they're always unique. They're taking robot, spoofed identities. Well, not spoofed, but like their actual IDs, and taking those back and forth in order to just verify who people are. But you've managed to hack yourself up a spoof ID pretty quick, which don't get caught with that.
I mean, it's like flipping your license plate. You'll just switch over to another ID,
Right.
or legitimate ID, and just have that one in the back.
It's like, don't worry about it. It's fine.
My mirror just comes out of the shop. She's feeling pretty good about her purchase. She looks at her chain gun arm, then she looks at her crab pincher, and is just like, "Wait a minute, I was supposed to get hands."
Got lured in by the gun. Is Rhea out there like, what the fuck?
Probably should have paid attention to her.
Yeah, it just says like, what the fuck? The Whiskey Tango's in the back, all RGB'd up.
What sort of virus going around in this town?
Yeah, the virus is like cool shit.
Must be wireless.
All right. So Cinder, what do you got? He's coming to the town. He's got that. What about Red Rum and Cinder?
Well, Red Rum will looking for two things. One, Red Rum always to look for more possible recipes for herbalism and ingredients to experiment with new herbalism formula. And she also will be like scanning the area for other psychic mutants to possibly talk about her concept of like a psychic guild to try to organize.
All right. So this is going to be interesting because of where she's from. There is a stall game going. Seems to be simple. Cups. Hide a ball in her cup, switch it around, try to find it. Now, there's a man who's walking down the road, and he has a bandana on with an eye on it. Black bandana with an eye. You recognize that from Aberitia. That was the bandana that ghost mutants used to wear
Oh
in order to
shit,
identify
dude.
them.
Okay.
So this ghost mutant stands by the game, and he just kind of hangs out for a while. He otherwise looks like a normal human. He seems to move from one person to the next, and you have a faint detection of investigation coming from him. Like he is peering into something, paying attention, watching, and he doesn't seem to find anything wrong with what's happening. You know, people are gambling, money's being traded back and forth, and everything seems to be fairly above board. Like the guy with the balls loses a couple times, wins a few more. And it kind of it's more or less just sleight of hand being played out where everyone knows at the very least it's sleight of hand.
Sure.
And he just kind of moves on, and his eyes pan across the area, and that's when you can see the mutant. The eyes are in a natural shade of red, like crimson. And then he looks and makes eye contact with you just a brief second before moving his eyes along to looking at other people in the crowd. And he's just kind of flowing through, following people, and his mind is open, just scanning.
Do I have a sense if he's scanning telepathically? Is he
Telepathically.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely using some form of empathy that is slightly more refined. Like he has more control, it's narrower. He has more control over it. It's not as generalistic.
Rum is going to try to contact him telepathically.
His eyes shift towards yours again as he like senses you in the vicinity, and he makes immediate eye contact. Stops. He takes off. He was wearing a small respirator, and he takes the respirator off to lower it. He's a clean-shaven young man's face, and he takes a couple of steps forward and gives you a wave. And you see his attire is mostly dark. He's wearing a desert cloak over his clothing. And when the desert cloak is shifted off to the side, you can see that he's wearing the same kinds of military fatigues, kind of like the drab gray and whites that you saw the men on the outside of the walls wearing. He seems to be some kind of officer.
Okay. So she'll say that to him telepathically. Be part of the enforcement guard here.
He nods, but he speaks back to you and comes and says, "Sorry, I'm not going to use telepathy to speak back. My voice is a little unrefined and quite loud."
Shame that. Just curious. I was on the for other individuals with these particular gifts, and I myself have been experimenting in ways to enhance the mind and the gifts of the mind. So I'm always on the lookout for others to learn what they know and explore if they have any interest in the things I have made so far.
He nods his head and gives you like a knowing smile. No, of course, I understand. Well, if you're looking to improve upon your telepathic and empathic abilities, because he takes a minute and looks you over once, you are an empath?
That was how my talents began, yes.
They've been growing?
They have.
Telekinesis?
Some.
He takes a nod and he seems to be like collating information in his own mind. You can see, like, and there's no hostility there. He's just an investigator putting together information. He's like, okay, well, I don't know if you'd be interested in something like this, but Buchanan, the town governor, pays pretty well to anybody with psychic talents. You'll be trained with the rest of us, enlisted. You'll have to serve a term of office for at least a minimum of 2 years, but we do provide fairly well training in developing and honing those talents. It's mostly used for preventative policing, stopping problems before they start, looking into trade deals, making sure that they're honest and true, and sitting over negotiations and making sure all parties involved are above board. Not so useful with biological beings, but we do get hired by a lot of the robots here to make sure that their human counterparts are staying honest.
Interesting. And how does this component work? How does it help you gain greater strength?
Well, mostly through experience and honing your abilities. First, we'll do a test and try to figure out where exactly your talents lie. Not everyone's are exclusively telekinetic or psychokinetic. Some are, as he waves his hands, and a small ball of heat appears above it, but doesn't consolidate into fire. It's just heat. Right. Some powers are stronger in some areas than others. I have a very, very weak pyrotechnesis, but it really just allows me to warm up water.
Still handy.
If I continue to develop it over the next few years, I might be able to actually light a stick with it. But at present, the most I'll be able to harm is a ball of wax.
Well, there might be a time and a place that's needed. So, I would be interested in learning more. I'm not sure how far I would be willing to go as far as, because I have traveling companions and they not be here terribly long.
I understand.
I may return, and so some initial information and orientation might be appreciated.
Well, no, that's fine. Assessment isn't commitment. You'd have to sign the contract and, take the king's coin, as it were. But if you want to get assessed, he gives you instructions to a building that's a recruitment station for the guard. He says that you go into here and you ask for the Ghost Brigade.
Sure.
He's like, and they'll be able to point you in the direction to get just basically to be assessed for your telekinetic and psychic ability and see where you're at. Okay. He says, are you familiar with level codes?
No. What do you mean by that?
Well, where are you from?
South.
South?
South.
So in the southeast regions or southwest regions?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay. Well, if I remember correctly, they go by the terminologies of prime mutant, sub-mutant. Yes. So, we kind of itemize them a little differently here. Mutant, depending on your telekinetic ability, will give you an alphanumeric grade. And that's kind of a generalized idea of how potentially strong you are. It starts around the E rank and advances its way all the way up to the alpha ranks. And there's still some wiggle room between each of the codes. Like a C1 is logarithmically stronger than a C5.
All right.
But
Well, let's hear these directions. I'd like to hear where I stand.
sure. Well, he gives again. He hands them over to you, gives you a brief, so you know where to be able to sign up. He's like, and if you see any of us with the bandana on, we're on duty, and you can ask us any questions you have. Just we ask that while you're in the city, that you keep your empathic abilities for the most part. Let people know if you're actually using them.
Very well.
We try to be fairly open with it, and the bandana is a way of telling everybody in the vicinity that we're actively using our ability.
Do you have some sign for guest ghost mutants to wear?
No, and we haven't had too many problems with it in the past, so we actually haven't been asking anybody to identify themselves. There's still a lot of, well, you can understand people's reticence about having a mind seer poking about inside their gray matter. Not everyone looks at that kindly, especially if they're trying to make trade negotiations.
Understandable. I try to always be ethical use of my gifts.
Well, that's good. That's good, because that will show up during assessment. We have a pretty powerful trio of sisters there. We're going to be doing that.
Very good. Well, thank you for the information.
I will warn you, it can be a little uncomfortable.
I'm used to discomfort.
All right. Well, good luck, and I hope your assessment goes well. And if you look at enlisting, I'll see you on the watch.
Very good. Thank you again.
Now, as a generalization, what Red Rum could draw from that is that this is kind of like the nascent start of what she might have been looking for. They're not a guild.
Right.
So Buchanan's just kind of utilizing what exists and formalizing it, which kind of does two things. It keeps them all in an area where he can know where they are. It gives, and it also provides them mutual protection and a way to be legitimized in the eyes of the people. So it kind of it doesn't completely remove the stigmatism of being a psychic, but at the very least it formalizes it's that it's here. You have to deal with it because I'm fucking Buchanan and I will send you out in the desert if you disagree with me.
Right.
And the way he seems to be using them is, he's not using them to their full capacity. He could be he could have used them as a secret police.
Right.
But instead he decided to put bandanas on their heads so everybody knew that they're out and walking about.
Okay. Interesting.
It tells you something about Buchanan, that he has a much, much more no. I don't have to hide anything. You're going to know when I'm coming.
Right. All right. Fair enough.
All right. Let's move on to Iliad.
Hello.
What you got? This is a freak show. What do you got, Iliad?
Sure is. Seeing as most people are kind of going off on their own way, he's gonna actually stick close with oh Christ,
Duke
with names. No. Hold on.
Raya.
Good with names. Ernesto. Yeah, he's sticking with Ernesto because last thing we need is our envoy to be shanked.
Yeah, right. Somebody's just going on and telling.
Exactly, like this well-dressed man with I think you said most has an auto gun.
He's got desert attire on.
All right, yeah.
He's wearing a desert survival suit, cloak, mask, goggles. He's a seasoned traveler of the high desert. He's got all the kit and gear that he's supposed to have. When you look around at the majority of the people around here, the thing that makes him stand out the most is his posture, and he doesn't crouch. His shoulders are back, and also the body fat. A lot of people don't have body fat, and he does.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of softness around the middle, and that's just from being in a comfortable position and managing to reach the old age of maybe 50.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense. He's been well off for some time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Iliad's gonna stick with him. Make sure he stays safe, secure, as the party. Disgustingly old, yes. As they go do their own thing, because but it doesn't bother Iliad. Well, for now, Iliad will actually ask Ernesto. Isn't one of the triplicate here?
Yes, one of them is the Water
Should we not-
Baron.
Yes, should we not convene with him?
We should definitely make a house call. He's, well, he reports directly to the Master of Greywater, Buchanan.
I see. Makes sense.
It does. He's in charge of most of the water that comes in and out of this area as Ernesto looks around. Recently had a little bit of a mix-up, or toss-up as you were, inside their rank and file. I think the last one that was in charge of the barony was Chester Wallace. Oh, I'll recognize him when I see him.
That you should.
He's like, neither
I
way
will
to
accompany you.
Assuming it's the same man. At least his estate won't have changed. Public office, public house.
Should still inform him the changing of the guard at High Rise and situation happening.
Well, that'll be for the best. As he's looking on the street. Like, yeah, looks like everyone's having a good time doing a bit of a shopping run.
As they should.
Why don't you
They've
patch
had
into
a
your
hard
radio?
few weeks.
Yeah, we have. Why don't you patch into your radio, let them know where we're stepping off to. And I'll see if I can remember the way.
Iliad will do that. It just kind of clicks into it and lets the group know. I'm taking Ernesto to the Water Baron. And let me know when and where we should all reconvene.
Then we have somewhere to be, rooms, a VIP suite.
Oh, yeah. Iliad will nod, even though Rhea cannot see this. Oh, yes, we should reconvene there.
Where is that?
Well, yeah, that's what Ernesto was like. I'll establish that with the Water Baron.
Very good. We'll establish that and let you know. So I suppose I'll make the plans of where we meet next. Once we learn.
Random static noise over the comms as Ronan is still chewing on his
He's chewing out his what?
Very good.
chewing on his comm.
Oh, yum, 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 yum.
He always has the best quips.
So it doesn't take long for Ernesto to guide you down the many different streets, avenues towards the Water Baron's estate. It's a concrete building with a small wall, really for show. It's not going to keep anybody out if they wanted to, because it's only about waist high. You pass through into a public desert garden. Like, all the sand here is really refined. There's several very large stone obelisks, and they have the appearance of like faucets and spigots, and all the sand has this kind of flowing look to it. There's a man that's in the corner with a long rake who is making very delicate and interesting patterns through it that give the appearance of rippling water. He like surveys the area about him. Now you instantly know he is not human. He's got to be robotic, because he's not, first off, he's not wearing any kind of hat. No cover. His skin is completely exposed to the environment. He's wearing just a thin linen robe that comes down to his ankles, a bald pate, and that kind of generalistic android face from like clerical bots. They all kind of like vaguely are human. It turns, and you can see it has this. The only thing about it, it's lost the whites around its eyes long ago, and you can see the silver from the mechanical components on the inside of it. It gives you a wooden smile and a small little bow, and it steps off of its little sand garden and walks towards Ernesto, holding out one of its hands. Ernesto, very good to see you. That's good, man. He's like, Iliad, this is R38.
Greetings. I'm Sir Iliad of the Hydraulic Knights. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It turns and nods and smiles at you. Thank you very much. What pleasantries? Please come into the house out of the sun so we can enjoy repast. You don't know what kind of repast the robot's gonna have, but they'll probably give something to feed or nest, though.
Right, yeah.
And so you go inside the estate, and the building itself is devoid of many of the features you would expect from a human dwelling. There's not many chairs or places to rest. Everything is very utilitarian. Kind of perfect for a robot. You could see, like, there was wall hangings at one point. Like, there were definitely decorations. You can see voids where, like, cabinets would have been kept at different times. So the place has had different occupants over its years. It's just been kind of, like, rearranged and redressed depending on who's in office at the time. When you get to the center where there is the only functional, like, room where there's chairs for humans, this is also an area where there's, like, large data collection banks. A very large, robust computer with, like, thick steel walls and a, like, one of those really old tube-style TVs with, like, a grainy screen on it. But there's also a lot of interface feed lines that come off of it that, in a chair, almost kind of a throne with just so many cables snaking off of it, power backup supplies, extra battery capacitors, and also a lot of additional memory banks. So, like, multiple minds working in sync with each other in order to kind of, like, power this apparatus. He doesn't sit in it; he stands near it as a stripped down servo robot comes out and offers a fresh glass of water for Anesta, who takes it gladly, takes a sip. Little bitter. Yes, we have had problems with the water purification systems. They have been difficult to maintain. Problems in the underwarrens. As he shrugs. I got your communique from High Rise. I have assigned several rooms to you and your companions. They will find them furnished for human, cyborg, and robotic necessities. Sir Iliad, as he bows his head, I am honored to have a hydraulic knight beneath my roof.
Oh, please. There's no issue at all. Just on a quest to help High Rise with mission to 86.
This is good. Will you be going across the feeding grounds, then? Or taking the road up to Colossus?
I believe that's what our party is figuring out right now.
I would recommend the road to Colossus. The Colossi keep the roads clean of any infestation from lost soul. There have been sightings down the Demon's Parade, though. Plantoids. Strange ones.
How strange. As Iliad's mind goes to the only plantoid he currently knows.
I do
The bar
not.
is set pretty high.
He gives a, like, chuckle. Yes. The plantoids are a strange race in of themselves. However, these... well, they beggar even that. They beggar all I know about the plantoid species. They come out of the areas of Gehenna, the old graveyards. Radiation poisoning throughout the area makes it impossible for most robotic or biological life to go through. However, these creatures seem to pass into those territories without any harm. However, they are harmful to be around, and we have lost some men going just simply greeting them.
Lost. So these are dangerous plantoids.
Well, the plantoids themselves are dangerous in their mere existence. They did not offer arms, nor did they attack our men. They attempted to maintain some distance, but they are rather slow. Our men overtook them. Suffered horrible motion sicknesses. Some of them have convalesced and are recovering. They are likely to develop cancers 2 of our robot sentries that we sent out to assist have suffered critical memory failures, so their power cores and data banks are horribly corrupted. I'm afraid we may be forced with, well, the unpleasantness of a factory reset.
I see. Strange plantoids, people with cancer, robots with failing memories.
Strange things.
It is certainly difficult. The Colossi have said that they've managed to keep them at bay from coming any further south. But we do not know what this might mean. If there have ever been creatures who have lived there, why have they suddenly decided to come wandering out? Something must be driving them here. I do not know what that is, and that bothers me. I have tried to send delegates up to Yagyo. However, they have not seen... Well, they have not deigned to see any of my delegates. They keep their walls fast and their doors closed.
I see. Wonder if that's connected.
It could be. Well, it's not as if any of the human races have truly gained their friendship since the loss of the wood. The Green Wall was the last great effort of Yagyo to bring some semblance of peace to the high desert. Its destruction is unfortunately still a very fresh memory in their minds.
Billy nods his head.
Getting a lot of lore
Interesting
drops
things.
today, huh?
yeah. But yeah, Iliad kind of remembering the map in his brain. Like, yeah, Colossus would probably be the semi-safest route. At the very least. But then, yeah, that brings to bear what's going on from the north. He's currently mulling this over in his head, kind of getting lost in his faulty brain. Before he stands, I must communicate with my comrades really quick. Excuse me.
You know, very well, please. And he like points off to an antechamber that you could take that allows you like some privacy. And then him and the delegate, they begin to discuss the different concerns, the disposition of high rise and whatnot.
I imagine so, yeah. And Iliad will inform the party that I'm guessing this is where they'd be staying. This is exact, yeah. So Iliad relays this information back to the party and how to find it. So there's plenty of accommodations for all shapes and sizes.
Take a left on what street?
Yeah.
Oh, I go by landmarks. I'm sorry. I don't do streets.
I'm kind of like that too.
Kit, yeah. So the only ones we haven't really covered so far are Kit and Rhea.
Go, Kit. Maul some rabbits.
What?
Kit,
Me,
you're
what?
up. Yeah.
Sniff them out.
Get some
Gets on all
buns.
fours, puts her nose to the ground.
I smell bonbons.
Let her off the leash.
I see flickering tails. No. I think she would actually. She would want to see this fight that's going down in the arena. She actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be like a carnival atmosphere the closer you get to the arena, too. More and more people are painted up in different team colors. You see, like, different vendors have, like, things for sale, like memorabilia that represent the various different teams and fighters that have been on. You also come across a lot more display screens. And the buildings closer to the Citadel, or sorry, the arena, are much more refined. There's more ostentation. They're built up a little bit more. They have like open areas where the town members can like kind of go in and congregate, rest. There's a lot of parks, like just little areas where there's like an area where you can like swipe a data chip in order to gain some fresh water. and people are kind of like just drinking or eating. There's a few open air restaurants that like people could sit down at and have a meal underneath what has the appearance of like these tall stacks, right? And everyone's kind of gathered around them, and there's like these little pipes, but there's also like a jet of air coming out of it, and it seems to be just off-cast moisture. It's a cooling vent. And people are taking off their desert attire, and they're sitting underneath these things, and you could also like they're underneath like a shade of some kind made of like kind of plastic that keeps the moisture trapped in there and recycled. So you can kind of go from this awful dryness and heat into some place that's much, much cooler and out of the direct sunlight. And those are like more and more prevalent, and everyone seems to have like, again, these little data chips that they use in order to like pay it again. Some people do trade in hard currency, but that's much rarer. A lot of beast folk too, now that you're getting closer to the arena. All different kinds of beast folk. You see a presence of the couple of the big ones though, as you see rat men. And I don't mean rat beast humans, I mean rat men. And they
Like a
are,
rat.
yeah, they're about, I don't know, well, how big is our rat there? Rune?
On average, they're like 2.5 feet tall.
Yeah. 2.5, yeah, 2.5, 3 feet tall. They move in gangs. You'll see like 10, 15, 20 of them at a time. They're organized, they're disciplined, but they're all, there's a weird uniformity to them. Like you'll see a group of them that have like a guide pole with them, like a little banner that like one at the front, like a guidon that's moving, and people just get out of their way. They're not making any like hostile motions. They're not being alarmist. They just, people move out of their way so they can kind of get like a clear line of sight through the street. And some of them have like power claws on one arm, which has been completely cyberized. Another group of them has one of their arms is completely replaced with like some kind of short range barrel, like smooth barreled gun. You come across a few of them that their legs have been removed, and they have like the backwards, it almost looks like the Desert Striders, this like sweeping long leg allows them to sprint incredibly long distances. A few of them are walking with long rifles like over their shoulders in smaller groups, wearing desert attire and cloaks and hoods. There's a lot of them moving around the area, and no one really pays them any mind. And sometimes they're stopping at stands and they're bartering, they're trading little bits of currency back and forth, you know, grabbing some like meat on a stick or something to drink. But they are unique. The one group that does seem to kind of like steer clear of them are the rabbits. The rabbits take note of them, and you see rabbits of all types. You see big bunnies, little bunnies, cottontails, hares, and whenever they see a group of these rats, like the rats don't even fucking care that the rabbits are there. They don't even pay them any mind. But the bunnies are like, oh,
You.
yeah, you're people. And they're just like not thrilled, but again, no naked hostility. It's a curiosity.
They form a rat king.
They just bind their tails together and jump around. Yeah. It's like their own thing. So it's how they all like greet and talk to each other. They just kind of touch tails.
Aw.
There is a lot of oddities. Again, since they're not bestial humans, they don't have human characteristics. Like they don't do human things. Like bunnies, ape men, even like boar humans, all the different beast humans, they still have human instincts for eye contact, facial features, waving of the hands, you know, nonverbal communication cues. That all the different human species really, they tend to share. These rat creatures have none of those.
You have to like slough them off because like they're chewing the wood and shit.
Yeah, right. They're just like, oh, okay, it's a rat thing.
Ah, get out of here! Get out of here!
Yeah. Walking away.
Environment.
Scree!
Yeah. Also, for the first time, you come across. Now, you knew these existed because Kit's lived in the area, but you never seen one before. Besides Duke, is a bird bestial human. Now, big. Most of them are usually like 2-3 feet tall. This one is 7 feet tall. Has a huge bill.
Holy fuck!
It's walking on stilted legs, and it has long wings, and it has a a pair of goggles on top of its head, and it's like looking across the crowd, and it's just kind of snapping this huge bill open and close. And they're looking down and discussing something with a small mole man who's like gesticulating heavily with his hands, like, "No, you don't understand. That's way too costly." He's just having like the very loud conversation with this huge bird man who's whistling and clicking back at him. What does that even mean? Was it yes? Was it a yes? It's like holds.
Can eavesdrop?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're being very loud. This mole man is at a desk, and this huge ass bird is sitting there, like, he's just whistling and clicking at him. He's like, okay. So you want the vellum white? All right. So here you go. He's like, put out some papers. All right, this is what you want. And like, there's a double click. All right, I'll put your dead chip there. All right, good. All right, now the deal is done. All right, fine, cool. Jesus. It's like this bird person like picks up all of the papers. It was just raw white paper that it seemed to want from him, and just kind of like walks away. He's like, fucking weirdo.
What kind of bird is it?
You have no idea.
Aw.
It's huge though. Like, the fuck was this? Like a stork of some kind. Okay, that was my wife. He's screaming yes in the background. Somebody will actually remember the name of the type of the bird. It's the one in off the Nile with the really long bill.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the ibis or the
No, is it the
or are you
ibis?
talking about the shoebill?
The shoebill.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that
I
looks at
posted
you.
it in the bubble chat. Yep, that's the shoebill.
Yeah, shoebills are terrifying to behold.
Sushi's polite.
Oh shit.
There's one in the Tokyo Zoo named Sushi. He'll let you come over and like hang out with him if you bow to him first.
He demands respect.
Yep. Otherwise, he will fly to the other end of the enclosure and stay away from you.
It's like, nope, you didn't bow. You are not friend. That's funny. So this mole man's just like, fucking bird people, so fucking weird. Hey, you, what can I do for you? What do you need? What do you want? Come on. He's like pointing at Kit. He has one of the heavy clawed hands. Nothing.
Nothing. I'm just looking around.
Just looking
I'm
around,
not from
huh?
here.
Oh, you're not from here? Well, come on over here. Mordecai's information and general welfare stand.
fucking knew it.
I mean, it is the voice.
I'm confused.
You can identify it from a mile away.
From before you joined the game.
Mordecai the Mole Man.
Yeah, he was our first job giver back in the original campaign. Check it out now in the stream below. We won't link it, but you know.
Subscribe for more content.
You got 5 silver I can borrow.
Mordecai said, like, get away, Sancho. No, the ghost of Sancho. Just flailing madly at the open sky, like, I heard it. I swear I did.
He's not real.
Why am I still alive? My species only lives for like 10 years. Wait a minute.
It's a sun. It's actually just a sun.
Latent mutation.
The longevity.
Yep.
Mordecai was cursed with longevity.
Another facet of Unity.
God. All right.
Just tons of more guys. Sorry.
So you're new here. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. We're just passing through.
So how you liking the city so far?
It's very big, but you know, I'm from high rise, so it's a little big too there.
Okay, yeah. Well, high rise is nice. I've been there. I've been through there. Through the Silt Seas. It was all right. It was fine. I got like sand in my nose. It stayed there forever.
Yeah, you get to dig around.
Was that a mole joke?
I think.
It was a pretty good one. I mean, I was chuckling on the inside. I was chuckling on the inside. No, I really didn't dig through. I got up on one of those big ass striding stilts, and I was carried across because as he like wiggles one of his feet with the huge ass claws. Things really don't do well for me.
Hell yeah, I guess. Sorry.
The big feet runs in the family. Right, so you coming up here to go see the show? As he points to the Coliseum. You know, I sell some
Yeah.
stuff over here. He's like taking out some t-shirts and put them up on his little table. Yeah, I got one here for Death Rider. I mean, he's dead already, but yeah, he's still got a hardcore fan base. I mean, he was torn in half, but yeah, whatever. I mean, they're like collectibles now. I got like some other stuff here for the Green Goblin. I got his like golden years. It's like a different image of him when he was like younger, like printed on a t-shirt. Got another one over here for Death Walker. I mean, there's a lot of guys who name themselves Death. They usually die. Kind of sad.
You know, little ironic.
Yeah, I mean, irony usually isn't unfortunate. This is just unfortunate, not ironic. I suppose that is ironic. So, you want one of these t-shirts? I mean, it's only 5 silver. You can...
I don't know. You got anything for the scratching her chin?
Oh, you know what? I know. Legally distinct superhuman man. It's like red and blue and yellow. It's all the primary colors.
I don't know if those compliment my figure.
It's a big H. Compliment. Oh no, I have lady sizes. Don't worry. It's where the waistline's tucked in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I think I got one of these around here. It's like rooting underneath his. He just brings one up. He's like, oh yeah. We got the lady size proportions. Oh, this one's. You don't want that one. He like covers it up and tries to roll it up and put it away.
Wait, what is it?
No, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's just it's not appropriate. He's like trying to find it. You can see like clearly across the chest it says the ball fondlers.
Oh no!
It's like no, don't worry. It's sturdy. It's sturdy. It got blood on it.
Oh no!
He's like, how about a panini?
A panini? What's that?
Oh, it's like this sandwich that you put inside this maker that I found inside this like ruin one time, and it makes pressed bread. It's very nice. I mean, the bread sucks, but the panini is gonna be good.
You know what? I'll try that.
All right,
But,
perfect. And he like again, this is like he's selling all sorts of stupid shit all around him in his order. You ever been to like a flea market and someone's just selling like random assortments of stuff, and they're also like, "Would you
Yeah.
like a churro?" And it's like,
yeah.
"You
You're
have
like, yeah,
churros?"
fine.
Like, fine, fuck it,
I'm
I'll take a
already
churro.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well eat a churro too. And they're like, "Can I interest you in a burrito that we microwaved?" I'm like, "I guess."
I got a Black Knight bobblehead, a foam finger that I took a bite out of on accident.
So he
Maybe
made
those are rats.
he has this like little heater and he sets it up and you can smell meats, maybe something that's adjacent to cheese being put inside of it, and he's like got it and he presses it down, like cuts off the sides so of anything that squirts out. It's like, it's gonna be good, don't worry, it's gonna be delicious. So
Oh, thank you.
yeah, no. I mean, it's not on the house, you're paying. You have money, right?
Money.
Like, good. And he like takes it out, puts it on the table, and puts it across to you. One panini. I don't even know what that word means.
You know, I feel like I'm running you around. I don't know. Do you got anything for the Black Knight?
The
Or
Black
whatever he's
Knight.
called?
Oh, you want the Black Knight? Huh? Yeah. No. Hold on. He like takes out some memorabilia again, like the whole description, like the foam finger with like Black Knight #1. He's got like a little flag banner that you can wear. Like, yeah, I got right here, Black Knight. Big. Nope, not that one. And he puts that one. Okay, that Black Knight
One
kills
of them
all.
says Bulk Knight.
Yeah, like that was a misspelling. That was on me. Yeah, you never ever ask like a Warmort to do the printing press for you. I mean, he's a half Warmort, but he's dumb as rocks. All right.
I know.
He's like, all right, so yeah, I got this one banner here. I got these T-shirts. We have,
I'll take a T-shirt.
oh, there we go. You know what? I got the Black Knight in his rookie year. The holographic reprinting as he like gives you a display. It's a man that's on a motorcycle. It almost looks like an old hog. He's got a lance in one hand and a red hard light holographic scarf like snapping in the like the simulated wind behind him, and it just has the image of him with the lance pointed down like charging towards the foreground. and just him with like a skull mask painted onto his helmet. It's like he's like, it's pretty rad. Nah, it's pretty good. He killed the photographer in this one on accident. It was awful. It's a kid. I'm joking. That didn't happen. That'll be for the panini and the vintage T-shirt. It gives it a sniff. Yeah, it's clean. That'll be 8 silver.
Yeah. She'll hand off the coin.
Ah, good. What's it
And
away?
then she immediately puts the shirt on. She doesn't care if it's not clean or anything.
Yeah, it just puts it right on over her stuff. Yeah, there you go. You look great. Now just avoid the green goblin people. They're insane. You'll see them because they're carrying clubs and their faces kind of look all fucked up because they're drunk half the time.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're drinking that sewer sludge or sewer squeeze or sewer something. I don't know. They come up with a new name every week after it kills a bunch of kids.
It's called rebranding.
Remarket it, slap a new label on it. It'll be fine. The lawyers will never catch up.
Exactly.
Soil
Like a
and
good
squeeze.
snake oil salesman.
Sewer squeeze. There we go.
Yeah, do you know when the fight's supposed to happen?
Hey, it's gonna be happening at sundown. But they generally have it. You get all these people packed together, it keeps it warm, and then they put over the event organizer. They got this kind of like force field thing they put over it. Keeps the atmosphere close.
Yeah. What time is it now?
And you got hours and hours till sundown.
It's past my bedtime, actually.
It's like walking around just bleary-eyed.
Why am I awake?
Like, it's just all the shade. That's why.
Yeah. It's nice and dark.
Nice and dark. Just sitting there looking at you like, are you okay? Are you about to pass out?
Maybe. That's probably why I got this panini.
I mean,
Starts eating it.
it is filled with slug meat.
Slug.
Yeah, slug meat. I mean, it's soft. It's not got really good marbling in it. I mean, I cut all the slime sacks off it, but those are fine. And
So I did have like snail one time, and it does, like, if you make it right, it tastes like pepperoni.
But if you make it wrong, it's like eating boogers.
Yeah, it's really gross.
That's pretty good. But yeah, he's like, yeah, the rabbits bring it up from Rabbit Hole every now and then. They farm them down there. It's really good.
You say rabbits?
Yeah. You know, bunny people. The little
I know
cottontails.
type. What's the deal with the rats over there?
Oh,
She
them.
points.
As you see like another group walking past. Just those are gods. They're mercenaries. Buchanan hires them. They basically keep the peace. They're not like the local police force. He uses them like a cudgel. Somebody causes some issues, somebody's getting a little rowdy, and you first send in the police to ask you gently, hey, please stop it. But once the rats show up, well, it's not going to be a problem anymore. There's just going to be a body collection.
Oh, no, they don't eat people, do they?
Oh, there's rumors they do.
Yeah.
I mean, they might eat their own. I have no idea. I've never actually seen any of them die. Always different ones, though.
Oh my god, we should introduce my Musketeer. Well, actually, I have to make it first.
The Musketeer. I still love that idea.
I have a party ready for the Underworld soon.
What's up? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, you seem like you enjoy it. You'll go ahead and come on back for the evening show. It'll be good times. You'll like it. If you want a little bit of something before you step off, you make sure you visit the stall. I'll be selling some drinks, some other memorabilia. I gotta get some things organized together.
Okay, yeah, I'll take you up on that.
All right, little miss. You have a good day. And thank
You
Thank you for the
too.
business.
She starts waddling off with her panini.
Sitting there swatting at the ghost of Sancho again. Like, no, Sancho, go away. She doesn't have a sister.
Ronan waddles by, stares at the mole, takes a long, slow sip from his face bag. reaches up and plucks one of his whiskers and then walks off.
Oh.
Just stands there, looks at camera. Hey, plantoids.
I'm coming for you.
All right, let's wander back. All right, so let's skip a little bit, and everyone's managed to do the kind of things they set out to do, unless there was somebody that needed something else.
Did Rhea get screen time?
Not really.
No.
Yeah.
Neither
I mean,
did
she was
Senator.
probably just going to spend her time asking around for Clark.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That was her thing. Like, they're going to the Underworld soon, so she's going to like look for Clark and then also kind of acquire equipment for the expedition.
So for Rhea, negotiation neutral.
Negotiation neutral.
Yeah.
Look that up.
Because you're doing kind of the bounty hunter questioning. Now, you could just go to a bounty, like, if they have a bounty hunter's post, or you go to the police stations and ask about, like, an inquiry about somebody, maybe put in a missing persons. Yeah, you might have a couple of different options. Not that they would do much with the missing persons. They'd be like, yeah, the desert probably ate them. People go missing all the time out there. That's why you should never leave. Stay in Greywater. Greywater is the best.
One of us. One of us.
Don't you want to be gainfully employed in Greywater and never leave? Enjoy all the games and bread that you ever wanted?
This is like his eyes slowly drift apart, like he's staring out into nothingness.
I mean,
oh, you're crazy.
Rhea's eyes are on the sides of her head, so I imagine that's kind of what they look like all the time.
Yeah.
First off, rude. Second off,
she's permanently wall-eyed. Sorry, I'm trying to crunch the
numbers.
Negotiating.
Yeah.
Yep. Will interfering.
I thought about making like the ultimate character sheet where it has a bunch of the non-combat skills already on there, and you would just fill in like whatever your number was for it. It like the old AD&D one had for like bending bars, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Had the little chart
one
there
that would
on
just
the third
auto-populate
page.
that based on the stat lines you already had.
Yep.
3.
I get you.
I really liked that old character sheet. It had a lot of things so that the players could just roll. They didn't have to ask the dungeon master like what they needed.
Busy looking for the average player now, but
Yeah, it's
really
very busy.
not that bad if you were accustomed to some of them.
Yep. Oh, wow. Okay, so Rhea really nailed it. Yeah, somebody matching their description had come through. Several different people had seen them. You know, do you ask any guards, or are you just asking like just random people?
I mean,
Hey, have you seen this guy? Walking with a kid?
yeah,
Got
basically.
this lady with him?
Go through there, like working through the crowd, like, hey, have you seen this bald bastard? And then kind of like to a place where might actually get some real information.
So
You know, everyone on the street's looking for a fight, so they might have seen them, but there's probably a bunch of bald fat bastards walking around with.
But with
Walking around
the
like the
two others, with a
T-1000.
man, woman, and a younger man,
Yeah.
they have been spotted. Like, you do find some promising leads. It seems like they've been in the town, or at least they might still be in the town. Like, people have seen them within the last day.
All right, that's good news.
Yeah. So you've gained ground on them. Nobody has any idea where they're staying, but, you know, they have been spotted. So there's a possibility they're still in the city.
All right. Okay. I mean, apart from that, probably head back to the meeting point
Okay. Heading back
later
to
on in the
the
night.
and
Use
what
the
about
drone maybe to search around. Sorry.
Oh yeah, the drone's gonna pop up. Take a look around. There's other drones up there too. Delivery drones. Like a lot of traffic is up in the low, just really above the roofs of the buildings, just zipping back and forth. Kind of orderly. You know, they do have like lanes that they follow. A little police one comes up to you like, brr, 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 get in your lane. You gotta stay 20 feet above the transit lines. There seems to be like a strata here that you're supposed to stay above or below in order to make sure you don't interfere with any of the traffic from delivery drones or surveillance drones that are moving back and forth throughout the city.
Fuck you, coppers. I'm a sovereign drone.
Hey. Fuck the police! You just fly off.
This thing's got nitros.
Starts playing NWA. I guess it flies off.
Spray paints a building as he goes.
Dive down into the streets is like it's weaving through the crowd. Start one of those drone races.
Your drone comes back with a mohawk.
Yeah, Tokyo Drift this thing.
Oh god.
But we'll do that later. That's a nighttime thing.
That's a nighttime thing. Mutant Epoch After Dark.
Oh my.
Subscribe to the Patreon now. $14.99 a minute.
A minute.
Trust me, you won't need longer than that.
Man.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sponsoring this.
Once you get back, that's
I'm not sponsoring this.
It gets savage.
you can't do that when I'm drinking. Oh, Jesus.
Killed him.
I remember those commercials.
Macho madness. Macho madness.
That's what you need for your dial-up porn session. Is a Macho Man Randy Savage impersonator doing show tunes that are all Macho Man Randy Savage themed. It's like someone's gonna pay for it.
That would be hilarious.
Oh god, that's a subgenre of some subgenre. Cinder, you're kind of like the only character we haven't really dived into.
Yeah, a little. He's searching for the signal.
That signal isn't difficult to triangulate. It goes to a pretty fairly open building. It's a business. It's obviously a front. They're selling desert survival suits. There's a when do you step in like out front? They just have like a couple sample wares. One minder who's out front who's like watching, make sure nobody like runs off with the samples. The building itself doesn't have anything like special about it. It's pretty average. Do you want to go inside?
Sure.
Stepping inside, you go into a environmentally sealed room. And that's kind of like your first indication that whoever's taking care of it is doing a better job than a lot of the other people around here. Because if you've stepped into any other buildings, they're supposed to be environmentally sealed, but there's like cracks in that ceiling. Moisture is getting out. There's a little bit of maybe damage here and there. But when you step inside here, you can see all the walls have been treated. Everything's been like moisture sealed. There's a ventilation system that's working in good working order. You could tell by the way that the sound it's making as it's running that it's been properly maintained, which indicates a level of skill that most people don't have. The vendor who's standing behind the desk is not a human. It's plainly an android. Again, with the kind of that placid, like unarticulating face, the uncanny valley, the kind of glassy, like unfocused gaze. Like, hello, sir. How can I help you? In desert survivals for you.
Is there a passcode or anything like that that I might make use of?
Not that you're aware of at this time. Like you haven't. This is kind of like your first time interacting with this network.
Got it. Did I get any information from my other contact about?
Yeah, when they were talking about the code signals that you guys have, the radios.
Right.
Because basically he got informed of where you're at. All he was told was a safe house in the city that if you can go into. So if this is the front, the safe house probably is in the back.
I
there's a
look at
signal
the
coming.
Android and I just say, yes, I'm looking for a safe place to pause.
Very well, sir. We have a waiting room in the back. As he like steps aside and there's just the door behind him that goes, you would ostensibly go to like an inventory room.
Right. I'll step back there.
You can see that when you come up to it, there's an ID scanner at the front of the door, and you need some kind of identification. It looks like a retinal scanner.
Okay. I presumably don't have my retina scan in there.
Presumably. But you could try it.
Anyways, what the hell?
Yeah. So you take a retinal scan, it passes you through.
Yeah, how about that? All right, I'll go in.
Go into the back room, and you can see that there's one person laid out on a bunk. It is an inventory room. Like, there's inventory here. There's desert suits laid out. Another person sitting at a bench, like stitching up a desert suit with a tear in the side of it. The guy who's on the bench, like, he kind of rolls over to take a look at you. He's in desert attire. Looks like he's been long on the road. He's got a lot of stains on it. He's got a long gun, like, propped up against the bed. And you can see, like, from the side of his face, a whole chunk of it's missing, and you can see the cybernetics underneath it. And he hasn't gotten any new, like, someone's been putting on new skin a little bit at a time to blend it in.
Got it.
And again, they're just kind of waiting for it to, like, settle, so, like, it grows and reattaches before they put the next layer on. And he looks over at you, and he's like, "Huh, don't know you."
Yeah, I'm new. Just making the circuit.
Looks over at the other one. It's a female who's working at the bench. Looks to be a mild mutant. "You know that one?" She looks up at you. "Nah, I have no idea who this is. Got through, though." And just kind of shrugs.
Pretty sure I just said I'm new.
"Oh, yep, so, well, sorry about that." He, like, settles back down. "So, you on rotation?"
Nope, making an inspection.
"Well, inspect away, I suppose," he says as he, like, settles back up on his bed. "Can I ask what the inspection's for?"
No, that's priority information.
"Yeah, is how that would be." And he just kind of waves. "Well, take a gander at the inventory. It's all just desert suits."
Not really concerned about the inventory.
Shrugs. "Do you need arms, water, equipment, batteries?"
No operational details.
Ah. Well, he has a pretty good human-like, like, pantomiming. Like, scratches his chin, he swallows, he blinks normally, he even breathes in a semi-irregular pattern. Well trained. Or has a very, very good human human copying system inside his memory core. Well, information collection, passing it on to Uplink, to and fro of individuals coming out. No special interest targets at the time. Got a relay warning.
There is a special interest target that we need to discuss.
Oh, okay. Well, let's.
Yep.
You got.
I begin to discuss the fugitives. Whatever the hell the name is. I keep wanting to say
Clark Kent.
What
Yeah,
is the real name? Clark. That's it.
He's like, okay. Yeah, I'll patch this. So he takes the details and he asks if you've got if you can uplink to pass on visual data.
I know I have a communicator. Does that mean I can uplink?
If you have the attachment, because he doesn't know if you're human or not because of how perfectly built you are.
Right.
He's assuming that you have an uplink.
I have a communicator. I don't know if that functions.
Oh, no. I need a visual uplink. I need a data link. I guess you're not a gearhead like myself. Yeah, meat brain, huh?
I am who I am. That's classified.
Fair enough. Well, all right. Well, let me get you a data interface uplink. Keyboard. And you type in the details to the best of your ability. See if you can't actually get an approximation. We've got an AI over here who can put together the face details. And we'll patch that through the surveillance system and see if anybody matches.
All right. I'll do that.
It says it only should take a few minutes. So you basically takes a little while. You get an image that it approximates the three of them. And it starts pouring through all the individuals who've passed through the city. And you're only going for like the past day or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so basically a lot easier. Within minutes, it gets a couple matches of three individuals, humanoid, desert survival suits, potentially 2 males, 1 female, 1 large male, and it matches and passes them to you, and you've got some pretty clear matches. All of them, unfortunately, are wearing desert survival gear and masks. One of them, though, is clearly Kent, just because of his size. Right. He's too tall. All of his stuff is too neat. It's all nice and put away and regulated. Like again, he's too military in his approach to things.
All right. So, any data on movements and like, did they presumably leave again?
No, they haven't left yet. We don't got any data links on them leaving. And that guy, as he passes it through the system again, that you've got your luck. Not really seeing them anywhere else on the major thoroughfare, so they're probably staying on back roads that don't got surveilled. I can't patch into every system. Might be a little too suspicious. Basically, just the large data feeds, weather surveillance, traffic positioning, robots, things like that. Nobody really pays attention to the traffic bots.
Got it.
And I'm just piggybacking on their signals. I haven't hijacked any of them. Just looking at what they're looking at.
Very good. Well, if you do get any dates about this particular target, I give him my radio contact frequency.
All right. Just a heads up. They got some kind of Faraday cage over the city. Nothing can get out.
Yeah, I noticed the effect.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out.
That you've shared with home base?
Oh, well, I had to pass the message on to my last runner, but since I can't get any messages back in, heaven knows if the desert aided him or not. He says it's a recent thing, too. It's not like it's been here for very long. I'd say about 10 days.
Well, I'm sure the powers that be will be wanting us to get our hands on that technology.
Damn Skippy, I'd love to know how they're doing it. It should be consuming a buttload of power to be able to knock out all relay communications and radio bandwidths, but it's not knocking them out, it's just stopping their range. Like there's a scatter barrier of like radio waves over around the whole wall area, creating kind of like a weird shield.
Has there been any recent construction?
Underground, there's always construction, but nothing big enough. I mean, I think they would need some serious wattage. I haven't seen any draws on the main power supplies to indicate that they got something down there that could do.
Do you have any kind of network of farmers in-house here that might be able to help us track down?
Yeah, I got a couple. Fortunately, I tapped in.
Time to expand.
Yeah, well, I tapped in a bunch of rat men. Unfortunately, they got themselves in a scuffle below ground, but I haven't heard back from them yet. You got to
investigate.
It's worth it. You got to be careful with the rat men, though. They'll do anything for money. Won't betray you and work hard, but they will die to a man. They have no compulsions about sacrificing all of them for the sake of the mission. Which means there's nobody to deliver the message if the mission actually got finished or not.
I see.
Yeah, not all self-preservation in that group.
Well, as I said, let's see if we can investigate a little bit. It is rather important that we get these types of pieces of information out.
I'll have to get a face mask to go outside. It's still stitching up this little injury.
I see. Yep. Well, as I said, you have my frequency. I'm going to be in town at least for a while. While I'm here conducting my mission, I'll be happy to at least consult and see if I can be of assistance.
All right, I'll pop you when it's time.
Very good. And have a good day.
He just nods. Again, really no names passed back and forth. It's very interesting how the
operating procedure.
Yeah, how this operative network works. As long as you've got clearance to be in, they just accept that you're supposed to be there. So they're either very, very, very confident that their system has never been infiltrated, or they're just not experienced in the act of infiltration.
Right.
So it's a little column A, a little column B, probably.
Probably. Well, that's good for Cinder.
Yeah. Be able to kind of dip in and dip out. And he hasn't done anything disruptive, so there's no reason for anyone to ask.
Right, that's the idea.
Yep, Cinder's only really helped. All right, so with that, we'll lay everybody back at the manor, the Water Baron's estate.
Sure.
Collect them all there. So the Water Baron's estate's evening. You've been given an evening meal, except you have your own rooms. The Water Baron actually asks for you guys to be present for dinner. He has put out a fairly good spread for the evening meal. It's just before sundown. If anybody wanted to attend, that's a non-robotic, but he does invite the robots as well.
Yeah, Mirror will go.
Mira will go.
Yeah.
Argo and Whiskey will go.
Argo and Whiskey will go. Argo with Whiskey with his big ass arms now. Looking yoked out with RGBs.
Eventually, Whiskey's just gonna get really jacked looking. And like, eventually, he's gonna make him ungodly fast and ungodly strong.
Can leap over any building. Run as fast as a cheetah. Arm wrestle like
And
God.
other shit.
Yep.
What I miss?
Oh no, we're
Many
just
things.
gathering. We're gathering everybody
dinner.
back to the table. Yeah,
No.
We're sitting down for dinner.
But the one character who can't eat.
No, even the robots are invited to dinner just to kind of sit down and join with the other group. So
Naturally.
the Baron is sitting there, and he has this interesting device that he's hooked up to his lower face, and it seems to be some kind of like compiler of information. And what's brought out to you is this grayish green meat. It's very tender. It is slug, according to the chef who brings it out and has them all like all the steaks brought out to the humanoids. And to each of the robotics, there's a device that is brought out to you that, according to your host, you attach to a data cable, and it allows you to break down the hydrocarbons and proteins to simulate flavor if you don't have the ability to taste something. So it can at least process the data to you, and you're given a small selection of various flavored things. He does apologize that he has not quite mastered this technology with texture yet, but at the very least you'll be able to enjoy the taste that our our biological companions are currently enjoying.
This is pleasing to my human taste buds. Beep.
Beep.
Whiskey just gives a very muscular thumbs up.
Muscular thumbs up.
I love it.
There's like cable veins and shit.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think Whiskey does it actually have some ability to like taste shit somehow.
He's got a small mouth.
Mechanicals do.
Yeah, some of them do.
Yes, he does have the correct sensor. He has
You can taste.
he has auditory and olfactory senses, which is a little bit better than humans.
Oh, he can smell really good.
It's only like 7% better.
It's still good though. Still better.
Oh yeah.
Considering most you would imagine and have any, having better still means something.
Mira digital pile sips a cup of tea. Where'd she put her chain gun when she's having a sip of tea with that crab claw?
I had that.
No, it's a
So it's
digital's cup of tea.
Oh.
Yeah,
Digital.
Pinky up.
exactly. Yeah.
It's so funny because like I always wondered how like my cyborg lady in my other campaign drinks stuff because she has like essentially a chain gun arm.
Right.
It's yeah.
Again, it's like barrel up and sip. You have to do it politely. So does anybody bring up the fight that's going on tonight? Because he does have a small vid screen on that's muted, that's showing just like the pre-game to the fight. There's like a bunch of announcements. You know, you have literally two experts who are sitting there debating about like, oh yeah, he has so many kills in the arena, and it's just that kind of like former gladiators going over just like the notes of who's going to do what, how's the show going to lay out, because there's a whole fight card with different people on it. Oh yeah, exactly. It's all that stuff. It's literally like the pre-NFL game show.
That's funny.
And it's all self-contained in Greywater, where they're just kind of broadcasting across the area.
What time is it?
Kit would be awake. We'll put it that way. It's just before sunset.
Yeah.
A little bit before.
Still wearing her shirt.
Yeah.
I bought a shirt today.
So Duke, that image of the Black Knight, that's him.
It slightly scrapes his knife on the plate.
Scream.
Ow.
Yeah.
Where's cometh
like
thee by that? 'Tis quite fetching.
Oh, thank you.
That is my master.
She looks down at it and stretches the hem. Yeah, it is a pretty cool shirt.
So it actually is him.
That one is.
And you know
And
that for
he
sure.
tilts his head to look at the monitor.
Yeah, where you can see like the Black Knight. Oh, again, this cartoony version with large spikes and the face mask.
That is
like
not.
holding up a lance with the energy blade off the side of it, making it look like a large reaper's scythe, like cheering among, like not saying anything, but pumping it as the crowd is cheering.
That, however, is not.
Oh, you think? Well, I guess you know better than me, but you're saying that one's a faker?
Mayhap. I know not what my knight has gotten into since my departure at Bittertoe. But this showmanship does not match the man I knew.
Has been 20 years. Or so you say.
Oh, it has. Is he just kind of staring through the monitor now? But I will not speak from conjecture.
I would wonder, we have Water Baron here as a host. Couldn't an introduction be arranged?
I do know something about the Black Knight. If you seek information about
Slight scrape of knife again.
yeah,
Years.
yeah, right. The humanoids like, what the fuck?
Would thou be willing to part with such information?
Freely. What exactly do you wish to know about the Black Knight?
Who is this one?
This one. Well, it's not generally known to most of the public, though I'm sure they are aware. That the Black Knight is a persona. There have been, I believe, 4. They each take on the armor and the weapon, equipment, and the general personality with their own spin to it. This one has gone for larger shoulder pads, leaning further on the death skull that the previous Black Knights eschewed. A bit louder than the others, though he maintains the Black Knight's code of silence. No speaking. A bit of animated showmanship, really. Still keeps that hard-light hologram. And is the most iconic feature that stayed consistent amongst each of the Black Knights that have taken on that mantle.
I suppose I shall have to ask them myself.
You wish an audience with the Black Knight?
If it could be provided by thee, I would take it. If not, I shall make an audience.
I would not recommend making an audience with him without some kind of, well, letter of introduction, invitation. It could be arranged. No,
Then thou shalt have my thanks.
Rhea, he can speak. He does not well in the persona.
Then this one is in fact a pretender.
You are referring to the original Black Knight.
The one who served the Hydraulic Knights, yea.
Yes.
His throat was ravaged during battle and was unable to speak,
In a very
except in low, hushed tones.
in a very human display, the this android looks over to Iliad and kind of like gives him a shrug. Do you not know what happened to your own brother?
This must have happened during the time I was offline.
I understand. Well, it is not widely known, but the Black Knight had difficulties with his biological components, cancer. And he eventually rode into the desert seeking a worthy death. I only hope that he found it. Before he departed, he passed on much of his legacy onto another who assumed the name and identity and took up his arms in the arena to continue on the image and legacy of the Black. Who then was eventually killed, a wound he took in battle in the arena, but died silently, Medicaid. Seeing an opportunity, a apprentice of that one took on the mantle, and the legacy continued until now we are at the fourth such pretender.
Much has changed.
Well, there is still a need to tell many of the stories of the Hydraulic Knight. The Lord Governor sees it fit that many of the old stories of their heroic deeds are played out again in the arena. This particular Black Knight has defeated the Great Worm. He has defeated, well, not a true Jawworm, but a semi-tamed one. Well, semi-dead one. We have brought in things that have the appearance of foglings, but are really just mechanical constructs animated from outside the arena, for them to fight and bring down as a bit of entertainment for the audience. Still, the danger is quite real, and he is not an unbrave man.
I told you, all the fighting is fake.
Wrestling is real!
Just slams her fist on the table.
Fucking do it! Oh, the fighting is scripted, but the actual combatants determine the outcome themselves. So quite a bit of money and training goes into a gladiator. Very few of them actually die in the arena. It does occasionally happen. Mostly just chaff and prisoners who are sent to die in there. Animals and monsters.
I mean, if there's no risk, how could you call it real?
He doesn't even, he just kind of shrugs. He gives you no argument to that because you're right. The people enjoy it. It keeps them entertained.
So you have a fool masquerading around as a warrior, without actually being a warrior. I bet I could kick his ass.
Your race is a warrior people. That's right. Your kind fights from the shadows, attacks at range or at close, bitter fighting. You are not the kind for honorable combat. You are the kind that wins. Do not doubt, given the circumstances and situations, that you could defeat this pretender to the Black Knight name. But in the arena, where he commands, you would not have your range or your stealth. Do not believe you would have the advantage.
Wasn't always like that. We used to have honor.
There is
Just don't
honor
try.
in... He says that there is honor in victory and survival.
Nah, I could fight him, hand to hand. No armor, no weapons. He's nothing without that.
Well, armor and no weapons. An exhibition match. Reyes over here like, I can do it.
You pissed me off. Stop showing. It's all fake. I'm so mad for no reason. I just gotta hit something now.
Well, if you're given the opportunity, I would welcome the entertainment. Exhibition between a rabbit raider and the Black Knight.
Duke sets down his fork. You did stipulate that sometimes they send people to fight. What did you say? Beasts? And
Yes.
monsters?
The layman can join the fights and
He looks
Join the
to
card.
Rhea and then to himself. It would seem you have two beasts and monsters present.
I see two
Doesn't
men.
look to him.
No. I see two men. Well, forgive me. A man and a woman. It would not be fitting to send beast folk into the arena to die. Well, forgive me. I do not mean to say that your fighting acumen is less than that of a gladiator. It would be a great risk to send actual desert warriors into an arena with someone who is trained in the performance and, well, weaponry of arena combat. There is an element of entertainment that must be presented to the crowd. It is not simply just a matter of killing her. You must make the fight last. You must make the blood show. You must make the crowd roar.
She just gets this devilish look on her face, like, yeah, sure, whatever you say. I'll draw it out. You can guarantee that.
I'm sure. Perhaps a few fights against actual monsters. Build your name. Create a character for yourself. Something for the fans to latch on to. There have been other rabbit warriors who have entered the arena to great acclaim, risen up into the ranks until their untimely demises. Not many lived for as long. Their, forgive me, lifespans being shorter. Their reflexes begin to dull rather quickly. But, as I said, a warrior people, they are not satisfied to simply retire. The sands of the arena they return, time and time again.
Would that thou could still provide me a means in which to meet with them. I would greatly thank it.
I will see what I can do. He will not be taking guests immediately after the show, especially if he takes injury. Green Goblin is no minor foe. Their battle could become quite bloody. In a day or two, if he's had time to recover, I should be able to get an audience with him. It is not uncommon for members of the governing estate to go into contracts with gladiators for commercial industries and business. Will that be to your liking, then, Sir Duke?
It shall,
Very well.
provided that an earlier opportunity does not present itself.
I will do everything in my means to make that arrangement happen, and seek for an earlier audience. I do understand that your time is limited.
I appreciate that, Candor.
As he turns, is like he looks over at Whiskey Tango. Really do like those arms. Oh, the RGB on them. He's just admiring those freaking guns.
It's admiring it.
Oh, did we lose Zara?
Yeah, I believe he dropped out of chat.
Yeah. There you go, player who's not here.
Come back.
Oh, that's all right.
Man,
I'll send the taxman after you if you don't come back.
on y'all.
Cycled off.
Well, it's escalating the violence.
I never said you'd escalate.
So, off to the show.
So it is written, so it shall be.
So, off to the show of the fight with the Black Knight and the Green Goblin. You're able to get into the arena, get good seats. The crowd is roaring. The scene is filled with lights. The sands are dyed white or bleached white. The blood can show against them cleanly. There are several fight cards before the Black Knight and the Green Goblin appear on the arena stage. And these are men in group fights against monsters with spears that bring them down. There's staged or canned fights that are, depicting previous battles or famous events that go through an entire elaborate scene. The crowd seems to have their own kind of like interpretation. The ebb and flow of combat is all very well known to them. There are parts where they stand up and cheer. There's small games that are kind of being played amongst different groups. So you can also see that in the arena, they're split up by their colors. Like each different corner largely represent like a different fighter and have those districts. Now you're in a mixed district. It's not to one side or the other. There's Black Knights, there's some Green Goblins, there's some fist fights here and there, but nothing really over the top, just some hooliganism. And it all culminates with the arena opening up and the gates rolling forward. And you hear the thunderous roar of a motorcycle come onto the arena, and the whole arena erupts as the Black Knight comes rolling out with his lance held high and its green blade illuminating the grounds around as he does a large circle, donuts basically around the area, kicking up dust and sand. And on the opposite side comes out thundering, jumping with a huge cudgel in his hands is the Green Goblin. They square off against one another as the Black Knight dismounts from his bike. And some attendants come and like guide it off to another side. And he takes his lance and lowers it down. Again, holds it in a position where it's almost like he's holding a Reaper's scythe. And the Green Goblin and him meet in combat. And they clash to the roar of the crowd. And we'll end it there for tonight.
No.
We're at 9:29. Yeah, 9:30, 9:28. So again, for those of you who watched tonight, thank you for coming on, watching the show. For those of you who want to hear more, want to get into it, we have all of the other shows are in the links are in the description. We also have, you can get the Mutant Epoch at mutantepoch.com. You can get drivethrurpg.com. We have an expansion that came out earlier. It actually came out in September, I believe. October, and that has like, what is it, 500 pages of extra content?
Yeah.
All sorts of mutations, in addition to what the hub rules give you, which is the core book. We have a Discord link in the description that is really becoming much more and more it's very, very active. A lot of people talking, making other games, if you're trying to find a game, or just want to find players to be in a game. And yeah, very open community. We're all talking back and forth and having a good time. Participating in building on each other's creations. So hopefully we see you there, and we hear from you again. Watch next week on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Subscribe, or I'll send the taxman after you.